Hello, my name is Leroy Blevins. Welcome to Mysteries and Histories. In this episode here, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the Patterson and Gimlin Bigfoot film. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I want to show people what's the first thing that I noticed when I watched this film, when I was analyzing the first thing I watched, and the first thing I was looking for, that where red flags start popping up. Now, the 20th of this month, which is right now 4 days away, this Friday, this is Monday, this Friday, will be the 50th anniversary of the Patterson and Gimlin Bigfoot film. Now, if you watch one of my other videos, I point out that actually the film itself was not filmed in October or, October 20th. Okay, it was filmed during Labor Day weekend of 1967. But everybody wants to keep on pushing the issue. Well, no, it's the 20th, it's the 20th of this month. Okay, so we're going to look at this. And I want you to pay attention. What we're going to do is we're going to show the film itself first. And I want you to take a look at the surroundings. Don't worry about the subjects, that's in the film. Look at the surroundings. I want to show you something that the first thing that brought to my mind and pull up red flags when I first viewed this film. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the film on. And like I said, turn this down. We don't need to hear the sound. Okay. Now, I want you to take a look at the surroundings. As I said, keep a look at the surroundings and stuff like that. And I want you, because the color tint, don't worry about it too much, because like I said, when they remade the film in 1968, they changed color and stuff, put more color in, take more color out to make it look like a fall surroundings, but actually it was not. But as you watch this film, and I look, like I said, I look at the surroundings, which if you watch my cursor, I looked at all this areas here and stuff, not just the subjects, okay? We look all the way around, the whole outer rim, down on the ground, all the surroundings and stuff like that. Okay. Now remember, keep in mind, this is supposed to be October 20th, 1967, which was on a Friday at 1:30, which, as I point out before, and also in my book, they there is no workers in the area. Okay, there is no workers, no trucks going in and out, nobody cutting down trees, and it's kind of funny here in the middle of the day that there ain't no trucks going in and out or anything else like that. As you notice, all the trees are green. Most of the trees are green. If you look at it, when you watch the surroundings, that's another thing. The pull-up raw red flags, white their color. Now we're going to start seeing a little bit of color differences and stuff like that. But then again, this was not the same exact film we're seeing from the other film. This shows different color elements which didn't line up with the first frames of this film or the one last part of the film. This shows the second walk of sequence of the Bigfoot. Okay. Now, as you see here, again, what you don't notice. Okay, I want to point it out when we get done watching this, when we get done viewing this. We see Roger Patterson, but there's something else in the surroundings we're not seeing. You can see the trees blowing. You can see the wind blowing through the trees and stuff like that. Now here we are right here, which I'm going to stop right here for a second. Now, so we're going to stop it. Okay, we're going to stop it here for a second. Again, we'll see the trees move. We can see there's wind blowing. Okay, but then again, we're looking at the roadside here, especially over here on this part of the roadside. We're looking at the roadside and everything else. And there's something still we cannot see. So I'm going to show you, like I said, at the end of this. Now keep in mind, October 20th, fall already. It's supposed to be fall, October 20th. Keep that in mind. Again, we're looking at the surroundings and stuff like that. We still don't see that one thing, that one particular thing that we don't see. Even here, we don't see it. Okay, which we should see it, but we don't. And I'm gonna bring it up here in a minute. Like I said, keep this in mind. What I'm saying here. There's something in this film that we're not seeing that we should see. If it was filmed in October 20th, 1967, we should see this, but we don't. And as I point out, we see the trees blowing back and forth, the wind blowing, so We know the wind's blowing, but the trees are going back and forth. We see branches moving and everything else, but there's still something we don't see here. Okay, now, remember, October 20th, 1967. Like I said, here's the image right here, was taken and during the summertime. And like I said, colors can be added to a film or image to make it look like it's fall. What you'll see here. Here is the original image, and then we make it into a fall image, as you see here. We just darken a little bit, add a little color to it and everything else. Now everything looks like it was taken in the fall, and it was actually taken at sunset, but it was actually taken in the middle of the afternoon. And it was in the middle of summer when this image was taken. I should know, I took this image. I even sit there and added a little bit of darkness to it, a little bit of color to it to make it look like it's fall colors and everything else. And as you see, it's easy to change the color in a film to make it look like it's been, filmed in fall. But there's one thing we cannot see here, which I'm going to point out, and we cannot see in this Patterson and Gibbon Bigfoot film, and that's this right here. Which the other day, which was yesterday, matter of fact, I went outside, took my camera. Now, yesterday was October 15th, okay? 5 days before October 20th, okay? And here's what I filmed. What do you notice on the ground? We see leaves all over the ground. We see it all over the sidewalk, all over the grass area, okay? We see this. We don't see just a little spot of it. We see tons of it. And as you see up in the tree here, we see leaves changing color and everything else. But we see a lot of leaves. As you notice, I didn't rake my yard because I wanted to point this fact out. This is a pure fact that we do not see in a PG film. And as you see, there's leaves all over the place. Okay, now let's go to the other one I filmed right here. Okay, I'm moving it around. And even though, see there goes a leaf falling to the ground, goes another leaf falling to the ground. Okay, now the wind's blowing just a little bit, not that much, but just a little bit. And you see, look at all the leaves. Look at all them leaves. You see all them leaves all over the place. See it on the car, see it on the road, you see it on the sidewalk. Okay, you see leaves falling down, and the wind's not blowing that hard. There goes another leaf we see. Okay, now let's go to the next one. And I hold it more steadier now. See, there's a leaf falling there. Okay, the wind's blowing a little bit. See the leaves falling right here. See the leaves are falling. Okay, and they're flying around. Okay, and we see the leaves on the ground there, and we see the leaves falling when the wind's blowing. Okay, now the reason why I filmed this is because, like I said, in the PG film, we do not see none of this. Like I said, we look here. Look on the roadside. There is no leaves whatsoever. Now remember, this is supposed to be fall when this was being filmed. There should be leaves all over the place. There should be leaves pounded inside the mud of the roadside for cars running in and out of there. Okay, but there is not even one leaf on the ground. Not one leaf is blowing through any of the film. Okay, like right here. Do you see any leaves on the ground? I don't see none. I don't even see one leaf blowing around in the wind or blowing around in the surroundings, flying around in the surroundings or anything. I've seen leaves right here. There's no leaves right here. There's no leaves along here. Even along the edge of the sandbar there, there is no leaves present. Okay, there is none. When supposedly in Reel 2, when Roger Patterson was filming, making his cast print, there is no leaves on the ground. Okay, there is not one leaf on the ground. But people say, hey, the PG film was shot during October 20th, 1967. I say it wasn't. And this is the proof that we can find in the film. Now, when they analyze a film, when they study film, like I said, they only study the second part of the walk sequence. They don't even look at the rest of the film. Okay, they don't even look at it at all. Okay, they just look at that one little clear section of the Bigfoot walk and turn, looks back, and that's it. They don't even bother you with the end of the film or before that part of the frame or nothing. They just, that one little section is all they concentrate on. But as I showed you here, this what threw up a bunch of red flags when I even first seen it. Now, if you was going to be an analyst and you was going to analyze a film, okay, and you got the date sitting in front of you saying October 20th, 1967, and you're looking at it and you got woods as in the surroundings, as you're in a forest, okay, you got woods all the way around, you got trees all the way around. When you pull up something and you start viewing it and you go, okay, well, we can see the fall colors in the trees, but then that can be added to it. But that one element is not there. Where is the leaves? If this is done in fall, where is the leaves in that area? Why aren't there leaves on the roadside there? Why aren't there any in the creek bed there? Why aren't there any leaves flying around and stuff? Because we don't see it in the film because it was not even filmed there in that time. Just like I'm going to make another video soon, as which I'm going to use this as well. When we watched the tracking dog film, like I said, when I made a video on that, I think it's posted, or one time it was posted, I should say, where I pointed out that Roger Patterson had to been there when John Greenham filmed the tracking dog film. And that's the reason why I said these films had to be filmed together, because there wasn't nobody there at the time or anything else, because we can tell by Roger Patterson's boots he has on. And we see the tracks that he made in the film. Okay, which if the video's not up, I'll look for it. And if not, I'll go ahead and remake that video and show you the evidence stuff. But we can see his lines in his boots. See some of his boot prints here. Well, these same boot prints can be found in the tracking dog film. Now, like I said, they had to film this during Labor Day weekend because there's a few things, there's quite a few red flags that comes up when I view the film. Is one is the leaves. That's the first thing came to my mind. The leaves flying all over the place. Okay. And there is none. There's no leaves flying. There's no leaves on the ground. There's no leaves in the surroundings or anything else. So that's the first red flag. My second red flag that came up is where's the workers at? Remember, this is supposed to be filmed at 1:30 in the afternoon. And there was like a lot of guys had to work and get a lot of things done, before Saturday comes around. But there's nobody around. There's no trucks going in and out. Okay, now there is nobody cutting trees down in that area. And there was people cutting trees down that area all that time except for Labor Day weekend. But they said this was filmed on a Friday, October 20th. Okay, so we got to keep that in mind. October 20th, Friday afternoon, 1:30 p.m. Okay, and we're going through our mind saying, well, there's no leaves flying around. There's no leaves on the ground. So now we got to keep in mind, we got to think again, where's the trucks at? How did this female Bigfoot get out in the open, walks out in the open for a long period of time? To us, it might be, well, 1 minute ain't nothing. No, it's actually a long period of time for them to be seen out in the open. Okay, seen out in the open, and there's no male around, no male Bigfoot around, just a female Bigfoot. And this Bigfoot takes one route to stay out in the open more instead of taking off real fast. And people always sit there and comes to us as Bigfoot researchers and they come out and says, well, Bigfoot can't be real. Because if Bigfoot's real, then why can't anybody else film them? This guy named Roger Patterson filmed them in 1967, and he filmed over a minute of it, because that was a hoax. But people don't understand that's a hoax. This film is a hoax. This is why people can't film actual Sasquatch or Bigfoot on today's society, even with the cameras we got and everything else, because the point of fact is they are quick animals. Okay, they are very fast on their feet. They could be there 1 second. I mean, one time, like I said, me and my son, we were sitting on the side here one night, and we seen something big, large, around 7 foot something, was in a tree, jumps down, you can feel the vibration as soon as it hits the ground. And then we seen something just bolt it right through the woods. That's along the side of our house here because we got a little bit of woods here, and then we got the river right beside us. But it flew. In 2 seconds, that thing had been clearly way out of our view in 2 seconds. Okay, So see, people don't understand this. This is what makes it harder on researchers today, because they're so into this one film, saying, claiming it's real, it's real, it's real, when it's not. And other researchers are out there having a hard time trying to prove their existence and everything else. Oh, you got your handful that's in the Bigfoot world. That's going to, but we're not have nothing to prove to them. We got to prove it to the people in the world. Okay, not one person, not two person. We have to prove to everybody that Bigfoot exists. But we can't do that when we keep on relying everything on this one film. One film. Because people can throw a lot of things at you, a lot of questions that they're not going to come and answer with. If Roger Patterson can do with an old wind-up camera, whatever kind of camera he was using, and he filmed a minute of it, why can't a person do it today with the technology we have, with the cameras we have and stuff like that? Okay, why can't we do that? Okay, because of this one film, this one hoax. Like I said, when I viewed this film, these are the first things that came up to me. I believe in Bigfoot 100% because I've seen one. But this film, I do not believe in it. And the reason why, this first thing I wanted to point out, was the reason why I don't believe in this film, because there's a lot of things in this film that can be proven, disprove this film as being real. Like one, the leaves. Two, where's the workers at? There's a lot of things behind it that people don't want to take the time to go into, because they just want to talk about the one subject and a little bit of the frames, and that's it. And the rest of them they don't want to pay attention to or talk about. But the research I do, I go full into it. I dig deep, and I find the answers. I just want to make this video to show you that, if you're going to sit there and say this film is real, where's the leaves at? Okay, you researchers out there, you know who I'm talking about. You're so good at what you do. Okay, you're so great at what you do, and you have these big explanations for it, and you can make up a storyline to go with it. Answer these for me. This was filmed October 20th, 1967. Where's Lee's at in the film? Okay, where's that at? Where is all the workers in that area? How come Roger Patterson can film a minute of this creature, but no one else can? And number two, well, that'd be 3 or 4. And the last one is this. You guys claim that no one can make a copy of that suit. I have. Okay, if I can do it, even in today's society and in today's world, they could have done it back in 1967. Okay, everything that you guys claimed about this film and what surrounds this film, been proven wrong. You've been proven wrong. Everything that I say and I claim about this film, I have not, no one's can actually come at me with it and say, hey, no, you're wrong about this, you're wrong about that. They'll say I'm wrong, but actually they're the ones that's wrong, not me. Hey, I got nothing to lose. I proved that a suit can be made. Okay, I proved it. Matter of fact, I went to a scare fest a couple weeks ago, and I took the headpiece from my suit. Me and my son Joey was walking around, and there was Bigfoot researchers there. Steve Skoll, met him finally for once, and he's a pretty cool guy. I like him. Thumbs up to him. And I met another Bigfoot researcher. Okay, and as we was walking, he says, "Hey, there's Patty's head. There's Patty's head." He knew it was Patty. Roger Patterson Bigfoot. He knew whose headpiece that was. And I told him, I made that suit. Okay. There's a few Bigfoot researchers there. I told him I made the suit. Okay. No one, all these researchers in the past, claim no one can make that suit. I made a copy of that suit. Okay. I made a copy of it. But anyway, like I said, I want to make this video, and I want to point out some of the red flags that we see in this film that no one has no explanation for, when we should see this in the film. As I pointed out, okay, we could take any frame, any film or anything, and change it the way it looked like it was fall. I just proved this to you right here. Here's an image that was taken in the middle of summer. Now I'm going to make it turn into fall. Boom, there you go. Just changing the color, do the tones a little bit and everything else. Now I made that tree like it was done in the fall. Made the image look like it was taken in fall. Now, I also proved here. Here's the images I took. Here's leaves on the ground. This is after we got done raking and everything else. There's leaves on the ground, and leaves were blowing back in, but we don't see this in the film. And then I showed you the videos, like right here, this video here, we can see leaves with the wind blowing, see leaves falling to the ground. We see leaves all over the place, you know, which we don't see none of this in the PG film. And this was filmed on October 15th, 5 days before they filmed the Bigfoot. So let's think about that one for a minute. Okay, where's all the leaves at, and where's the leaves blowing around and everything that we should see in the PG film, but we don't see none of that. And here's the reason why: because it was not filmed October 20th. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to tell your friends about us. Um, there's a new video I made called, comments, where if you got anything you want to say about this, leave a comment on there and stuff, and let us know. I want to thank you all for subscribing. I want to thank everyone for the like buttons and stuff, hitting the like button, and I appreciate it. And thank you, and have a nice day.